They plan it and they execute it, but God will still see all through. So that is what I have for now, my brother. So let me listen to because I'm just coming in. You called me, so I have to answer your call. Thank you very much.
Yes, before I go back to the next passage, which is Let's Go. The man Shettima, if you remember that man Shettima, when he was the governor of Borno State, you see, that's why whatever we do, wait for us. If we could remember during Jonathan's time, the man Shettima, the Borno State governor, attacked Goodluck, ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, seeking amnesty for Boko Haram. I just want to remind us that, because this time he wants to be the vice president, with also a man that also believes in their cause. This was a man that when he was the governor of Borno State, he was one of the people that were seeking amnesty for Boko Haram, that Boko Haram should come out, that will give them amnesty. If the presidency can give the Niger Delta amnesty, there's no difference. Boko Harams are also entitled to amnesty. Now, this same person wants to be vice president. History does not leave social media. Well, let me call on Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, talk to us. Mr. Joe. Obi. Okay, let's go. Talk to us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Niger Watch. You actually said what I wanted to say before. Yes, this is the same man that somebody is saying something. Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Mr. Let's Go, we can hear you. Just go ahead. Somebody unmuted himself before, so
Okay.
the noise was a distraction.
Okay, thank you. So this is the same man that was heavily backing Boko Haram when he was the governor of Borno State. This man put too much pressure on Jonathan administration. I could really remember that, even supporting them so that they can be free. So this is, I will tell you that this breaking news is formidable. This breaking news is unfair. It's injustice to Christians in Nigeria. As diverse as Nigeria is, Tinubu, made us to know that he was not vice president to Buhari because Buhari cannot pick Muslim tickets. That is the reason Osibanjo was picked. And today, the same man, because of pressure from the northern elite, he ended up picking Muslim tickets. So it is a slap for Christians in Nigeria, all over Nigeria, even all over Africa, because a country like Nigeria should never, in their history, a party pick the same fate of people to rule Nigeria. So if a Christian people, wherever you are, vote for this candidate to rule you, know that the Christianity in Nigeria is nothing anymore. Because that is what they want to let Nigeria know, that Christian does not belong to Nigeria. So if the Christians in Nigeria allow this to happen, then the Muslims own Nigerians. That is what it's show, and that is where they are going, and they have been planning this, and they want to experiment it to see whether it will work. And I'm telling you, if they succeed, that will be the end of Christians in Nigeria. Mark it today. So concerning Malami marrying Buhari daughter, everybody can see where they are going now. It is clear. It is clearer to Nigeria what is going on. Okay, the same Malami that wanted to contest for governor, that bought about how many vehicles, and said that a friend of him gave him for free for him to run his election, is the same man that is holding a strategic office in our country, and this is the same man that is marrying a presidential daughter. What is it telling us? That the same diabolic follicle want to continue to rule Nigeria, even if Nigeria don't want it. So all the injustice that all these people have done in Nigeria today, they're now pocketing it in one particular place. I'm trying to make sure that if Muslim tickets rule Nigeria, none of these things will exist anymore. All their sin will be forgiven. So I urge Nigerians, wherever you are, say no to injustice. This is a killer. A killer machine is coming to kill the remains of Nigerians. Shettima supported Boko Haram. Buhari supported Boko Haram. That is why they free all the Boko Haram in our prisons. About 11 prisons that they have broken so far, all the Boko Haram that was there was freed. So if any Nigerians love this, want these people to rule us, the cry of innocent blood in Nigeria will visit their homes, will be in their doorsteps. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Say no to this injustice wherever you are, and stand up and defend it. Thank you for now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you a lot. A lot is just happening in this country. There's this news that saying, did we hand Nigeria over to terrorists in 2015? It's a very big question. Did we hand over Nigeria to terrorists in 2015? I won't have time to read that because that is not the topic of today. But we have to also answer it ourselves. Did we hand over Nigeria to Boko Haram in 2015? This is really funny. A lot is just happening. Everything is like drama. Everything is like it's just clear. It's just clear. So that's why we need to vote in somebody who have the capability, at least, to rescue Nigeria to some extent. Even if a lot of people are saying he's also not a perfect man. Yes, we know he's not a perfect man. But comparing his records, comparing who he is to those that are not clamoring to dig us and bury us finally, I think it's better. So I'll go to the next person, which is Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go, talk to us.
Hello, Naija Watch.
We can hear you, sir.
Yes. So I just speak before, but I have a little thing to add. So this man Shettima, he has a good education background according to Nigerian, and everything is being specifically, put in the way it's supposed to be. So I wish his principal, Ahmed Tinubu, right, will come out and give us his own information so that Nigeria will know who Tinubu is. And I don't know why he's avoiding, interview. He talked to Nigerians like the way he want to talk. So if Nigeria want this man that is not ready to talk to them, that will rule them again, like the way Buhari is. Buhari doesn't talk to Nigeria. Look at Kuje prison was breaking, and the president have not talking to us. I don't know what Nigeria is still waiting. The president that cannot talk to the people, A president does not recognize that Nigerian exists. A president that they will kill Nigeria in his presence and nothing happen. Hey, it is too bad. We should vote these people out. And I'm saying this. If Nigeria allow, if APC, PDP win presidential tickets 2023, Nigeria will break. You will see that there will be more. What we are seeing today is a minor of what we will start seeing in 2023. So to avoid Nigeria to be in a war, to avoid Nigeria to not break, to avoid Nigeria to start moving again, everybody should encourage each one to vote for Labour Party. Anything APC, anything PDP, they have shown us the clear view of what they will do to continue from the killings. That is what it means, because Tinubu is not ready to talk to Nigerians. Atiku is not ready to talk to Nigerians. They send delegates, they send presidents to come and talk to people that will vote them in. It is bad. I say no and I reject it, and God will forbid it. God will meet them in this their gang up against people of Nigeria. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. These people are really not talking to us because they have nothing to say, and they cannot even withstand the questions and demand of Nigerians. They are empty, I think. So as such, they are sending proxy people that they feel can talk to go there and talk for them. No. We say no. Engineer Ken, you'll be in and out, in and out. Please talk to us. Please talk to us. Thank you. Engineer Ken, please. Before Engineer Ken, we can't hear you. Okay. Engineer Ken, seems you're not close to your divorce or you're having a network problem. Maybe call on Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, talk to us.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Joseph.
Okay, fine, thank you. Actually, I just cover my face. I don't want anybody to identify me. Because
not about covering your face. Covering your face isn't even the problem. You were not even properly dressed because I saw you putting on the singlet.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
Singlet is normally not allowed in a public forum like channels and all that. Thank you very much.
Okay, I just want to talk about Tinubu himself. Actually, I know the genesis of Tinubu when he came to Lagos. We were born in Lagos. We have history. We all know ourselves. We know where this one belonged, where this one was born. But suddenly Tinubu just came during that time of Abacha era. And luckily, he was following Abiola. In those days, we normally go to Abiola's house to talk to, because the late wife that was killed, she used to finance charity organizations, so we went there for that. And that was when I met Tinubu. And eventually he became governor. And this one, if you remember vividly, Mrs. Buckner was the assistant in the first 4 years. And the woman withdrew in the second tenure. He said because this is like a thug regime. She doesn't want to identify herself with Tinubu. So she stepped down. And since that time, Tinubu has been behaving funny, eating, spending money, enriching himself. You can imagine somebody that came poor from US and suddenly he amassed so much wealth like that, and nobody questioned him. Everybody that were eating from him were celebrating him. Things that was meant to develop Lagos. You understand? When this guy came, if you remember, what is it called? Jack Conde. He built schools. He built housing. You can remember most of the houses. I don't know if they still exist because I'm calling from London now. I don't know if they are still there. These are almost 30 years ago. Built schools. Most children benefited from it because then they transfer. We have 2 sessions in Lagos then. That's morning and afternoon session. Then they now transfer afternoon session to morning session. So all schools became morning. No more evening schools anymore. So this guy had to build a lot of schools, regardless that it looks like poetry, but he built schools. You understand? With the little money he was earning then, Tinubu came now and said, transform Lagos. Look at the population of Lagos. That alone is a marketplace. You understand? That alone is a marketplace. When this thing was ongoing, then there was this man called Funshaw Williams. Do you still remember Funshaw Williams?
Funshaw Williams, yes. Go ahead.
You remember him? You know he was contesting he was challenging Tinubu. What is it called? During his second time election. This was the man they went to his house to cut off his neck. You still remember?
Yes.
You still remember? They cut off his neck. Who could have done that? Not me.
Who could have done that? It's a big question.
Not me. I'm not contesting with him. But these are the people's Tinubu sent. You understand? These are the people Tinubu sent to go and terminate that man's life, and everything just died out like that. With the way Tinubu got today, he has no respect. Nobody respects him. If you go on social media, if 100 people make comment, 99 will abuse him. You understand? I don't know why that man is so like that. And he's putting fashola, putting this thing, putting that, so that he can cover his back. In case he leaves, nobody will come and query him how he made those weight. You understand? This man is old. I don't know why he's there. We shouldn't put people like that. In fact, I lament each time I see people like that contesting for president. I say, what did they want to turn that country to? What did they want to turn that? This man has bad name, bad records. We all know him. In those days when he came in earlier, he was carrying girls all around. Then he was still a bit look younger. Then we were calling him Ojugo. You understand? But the youth of today that doesn't know him, they know him when he has left government. They still tend to follow him. Maybe they are benefiting one thing or the other. They don't know Tinubu history. And he's trying to use money to cover his back, which is not going to work. Because we know him from beginning. He just came suddenly in that 1999. You understand?
Yes.
It's so bad. It's so bad that we are featuring people like that. Just imagine if all Western world see Tinubu on TV. Somebody who is a criminal contesting for Nigeria presidency. It looks bad. It looks horrible. You might look at Article 2. I'm disgusted with these two people. I pray they will not win anyway. I pray they will not win. One of them is going out sure because Atiku has lost the southern part. He only rely on the northern part. And it's most likely that Tinubu has also lost southern part. I don't know how he's going to manipulate himself. You know, his usual way of doing it is to bribe people with Gary, Ewa. And recently I saw people distributing phone. Maybe that one will work, I don't know. But as of today, he cannot win Lagos State. He can never win Lagos State. I don't really wish him well. I don't, and he's going to die miserably because things that is meant for everybody in that state, this guy has pocketed everything. It's too bad. That's why I just decided to hide my face. I don't want people to just see me because I got to tell my heart. That's all.
Well, it's no problem whether people see you or not. You are saying the truth. Like me, I never hide my face. I say it because I'm sure. Because I'm sure I'm saying the truth. I'm not going to hide my face. No time, man.
I'm Lagos boy.
I'm going to hide my face anytime, any day. If I know I'm sure of what I'm saying, I tell you to your face. So it is no problem. As far as you've said it and it is what you are sure of, and we remember them. Just like who killed Dele Giwa. We remember all this. Yes, we remember all these stories. But Nigeria,
Dele Giwa, you will know that it's Abacha regime because there was nothing like letter bomb. Abacha regime. Babangida.
Is Babangida not even Abacha?
It's Babangida era.
Many things we know, many things that are there, you cannot erase it. But this young, that's why they remove.
The young people will not see anything. They just see what he's doing now. You understand?
So, it's a pity. It's okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your contribution. And it's a pity. Like Yusuf, somebody said, "What Yusuf? You should meet Yusuf Aisha." Yusuf Aisha is a human rights activist. She's not a politician, but she has her role to play. At least she came up to say that. She just came up to say something today. What did she say? She said, 2023, you have to join forces to defeat Peter Obi. That's Aisha Yusuf telling the two political parties that from what she's seeing, none of them is capable of winning Labour Party. That if they want to win Labour Party, it means that PDP and APC must collapse and join together. Otherwise, let me just read some phrase. Aisha Yusuf, a popular social political activist.
Yeah. I always listen to her too.
Yeah, has said that the two leading political parties, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and all Progressive Congress, APC, will have to join forces in order to defeat Peter Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party, LP, in the forthcoming presidential election. Aisha, who is co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls advocates group, noted that 2023 election is not for big money spenders. I don't want to go further. Aisha have also said, because I had somebody say we should contact Aisha. Aisha should know what, like me, nobody contacted me because I know what is good. I know what we want. I know what I think will be better for the people. We are all in this together. If you want the country to go forward, we should identify with ourselves what we feel and what we think will be good. So Aisha is also talking in favor of Peter, though she has not publicly come out to campaign for Peter because she's giving her own, telling the both big wigs that none of them, from what she has been saying and from what she's saying, none of them is capable of winning Labour Party unless they come together. And God knows, there's no way, heaven knows they cannot, APC and PDP cannot come together. Maybe that is why Tinubu is doing everything to talk to Wiki. They come together to strike a balance. But I think in the news today, somebody said, who's that? I told APC, you cannot take away Wiki. If you think you're going to win Wiki to be APC, you guys are joking. So before I go further, let me allow the people on the panel to also say, like, Engineer Ken, are you ready now? Engineer Ken? Well, I think Engineer Ken. Yes.
How are you?
Thank you. You came, since you left, you came, you left, you came, you left.
Yeah, I got a new phone, so I'm still battling with the speaker. And so I have to like switch it again back to my old phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God we have you
good
back.
Afternoon, my co-panelists. Good afternoon, Nigerians. And good afternoon to you, my dearest brother, Mr. Leftis. How are you?
I'm fine.
I saw the way you were pissed off. Was it day before yesterday?
Yes.
On Friday.
It's true, you're correct.
Yeah, man, my battery dies on me. I'm so sorry, man. What's up?
We're good. So talk to us.
Yeah, my brother, man, for real, for real, for real. You know, it's so saddening that these old cargoes are not ashamed of themselves. You know, for them to just, they're supposed to be laying down in their house or go to one island to go chill and enjoy the money that they have looted from Nigeria. But yet, that is not enough for them. They are still out there confusing nuisance, you know, to Nigerian economy, to the Nigerian peace, and to Africa at large. Ah, man. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, is a confirmed lunatic, is a confirmed criminal, is a murderer, a killer, a man that has no future for his people. You know, let's use NSAS as a case study. You know, you and I and the world at large know what happened on that day. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his co-family of the Lagos state government say now they refuse to speak about it. You know, supported with the killer machines in Aso Rock, who knows that as Ibrahim, what's his name again? The so-called president, Muhammad Buhari. You know, APC as a party have become a suicide mission party in that country. You know, giving amnesty to terrorists, you know, aiding them to do more in our father's land. You know, I watched a video this morning that came on my WhatsApp group that one formerly commissioner in Delta State that has been kidnapped by the Fulani X-Men, who is a relative to former President Goodluck Jonathan. The man is begging for his life. He was stripped naked. They threw him down into the 6th street, and they are dragging his family for ransom. You know, so looking at that alone, that is a complete failure of government. That is a failure of government. That's a failure of APC and the failure of this Fulani people that we have in that country that is killing and looting the country at the same time. You know, APC to me is no as a party, no as the individuals, and no to every man and women that belongs to those parties, because they are of the same feathers, they are of the same blood, and they are of the same being. And when you also turn around and look at your sister party called PDP, you know, it's still the same people. You know, those two parties were created by the same people that they urge from one to one. You know, and I must say, you know, the article that they have right now, who is their running mate, who is the front runner for PDP. If we should take ourselves back to 30 years ago, this man has been fighting so hard to become the president of Nigeria. What is his interest? Why is it that every 4 years, Atiku must come out with bucks of US dollars to bribe Nigerians to make him the president? That means this man has a team. This man has the mission. He has a mission that he must accomplish. He has that mission. And that mission is to sell the whole Nigerians to become Fulani a country. That mission is to Islamize Nigeria to become an Islamic nation. That is Atiku mission. You know, so Nigerians, you people should be wisely. You people should be wise. You people should open up your eyes and open your ears. These people are not sleeping. These people are working day in, day out to Islamize that country, you know, to make that country a Fulani nation. You know, being a Muslim is not a problem. There are good Muslims. I know a couple of Muslims when I was growing up that are excellent people, like the Ansar. The Ansars are wonderful Muslims. They don't kill. They show you love. And killing is not in the Quran. A true Muslim doesn't kill. If a true Muslim want to kill a chicken or a goat, he will first of all pray for God to forgive him that he's taking the life of an animal. That is how a true Muslim behaves. I've seen them, I've lived with them, and I've studied them. But these ones they call themselves Fulanis, Fulanis are not Muslims. They are vampires. They are vampires. They are killers. They are bloodsuckers. That is the agenda. That is the agenda of Atiku. That is why that man is coming out every 4 years for the past 30 years with billion banks of dollars. Where is he getting that money from? Where is he getting that Benjamin Franklin fund that he's spending every 4 years? These are billions of dollars in cash. Who is funding him? How is he getting that money? That will tell you this man has a mission. His mission is not just only to be a Nigerian president. His mission is to Islamize the whole Nigeria to become a Fulani nation. And if they succeed to get Nigeria as a Fulani nation, Cameroon will be gone, Ghana will be gone, Togo will be gone, Libya is gone already. Every country that is around Nigeria that are all Christians or unbelievers 50-50 will be all Islamized to become a Muslim nation, a killer nation, a killer machine nation. That is their agenda. So please, folks, these two parties are no. You know, and for the one of Peter Obi is a lucky man that God have picked him, choose him for this race. You know, it's a race that he was destined to rule. You know, just like David, when God anointed David, it took David 10 years. When he was anointed at the age of 20, it took him 10 years when he became 30 years before he becomes a king. You know, so Peter Obi has been groomed for these days. He was tested in Anambra, being 2-time governor in Anambra. We all saw what he did in every aspect of his life. Peter Obi has proven that he is a good leader, a man that can care for all, a man that will bring both the Christians and Muslims together to become one. That is a man that we need. Not these men that all they need in their life is to suck human blood. They are vampires. That is what they are. You know. So, Mr. Leslie, you guys are doing a wonderful thing, and I pray that God Almighty should walk in the heart of Nigerians. They should look beyond the $1, $2, $10, or $1 million that they're giving to them at now. They should look beyond that, because what is coming is bigger than this. And I want to say, if Nigeria gets it wrong this time, that APC or PDP emerge to that presidential seat, that country is going to fall into civil war. It's going to go into civil war. And even with this election coming in February next year, you know, Fulanis are going to postpone that election. They're going to prepare themselves. It's going to be deadly, seriously deadly, mostly in the south, in the southeast, in the southwest. That is why they lynch all their people. They have planted them in every villages, in every centers, in every city, in southwest, in southeast, and in south-south. They have planted them all around. About a couple of days ago in Nogara, right there in Delta State, the Fulani, they wanted to blow up a train track. They wanted to blow the train track, to kidnap people on that train. Thank God for the vigilante that came out and chased them away. Where is the police? Where is the army? Where is the navy? Where is the air force? You think they don't have information? They do. But who is their bosses? It's the Fulanese. It's the Fulanese. That is a problem. They're their bosses. So those guys cannot go to mission without the okay from the bosses. The commandant or the generals have to give them the go-ahead. So if they don't receive that go-ahead to do it, they can go on their own. Even though you are showing it to them face to face, they won't make any attempt. So my people, we are at war. We either take it or we leave it. We are at war because we are not seeing gunshot every day in the street, opening life ammunition in the street. That doesn't mean that we are not at war. People are disappearing every day. In every state in that country, over 100 persons get killed every day by day. Every day. Every day. There was a woman the other day in Europe that I think it was in London that came that the family were kidnapped. She and her husband and her daughter, they were kidnapped. She was raped in the presence of her husband and her daughter. And this woman said that in that location, in that forest, these guys are killing humans and selling human parts. People are coming there to buy bodies. People are coming there to bring money to them. So they know where these guys is. They know where they reside. And these are all the works of these Fulani people, these killer machine, these evil people, these blood-sucking demons, these vampires. This is a very big problem. We either take it or we leave it. We are at war. My take for now is this. I believe this time around, if we can stop promoting all these people and let's focus on security. Let's focus on security for now, because if we don't secure our people, who is coming to cast his vote? A dead man cannot cast a vote. A dead woman cannot cast a vote. A hungry man cannot vote. A hungry woman cannot vote. If the security is compromised, there will be hunger in the land. There will be bad leadership in the land. So I think what we need to start doing right now, Mr. Lefley, is for us to speak for security. It's for us to tackle security right now. It's for us to sanitize our people. It's also let them know, because a lot of things that we are seeing, because we're in the Western world, we have so much opportunity to Wi-Fi and to internet. A lot of things that we are seeing, 99% of them is not being carried out by the local news in our countries. In our states, the local news don't pick them up, even though they knows about it, but they refuse to report it because their bosses are in charge. The local radio station not talks about it because the owners, they are the same people. So the only way they can hear from us is through this local media that we have created to Nigeria Watch.
Okay.
So thank God that a lot of people are not buying into Nigeria Watch. We have to start letting our people know that they got to secure themselves. Because 2 years ago on this same platform, I speak up when the Eastern security was driving these Fulani people away from the East. We won't debate like this. We're not talking as a group, as a family. I told my brother that is Elvis Edigini, CEO of Nigeria World. I told him, I said, listen, Nigeria World, these guys are going to use Edo as their comfort zone, Edo as their safe haven. All of them coming from the east. Amotekun is driving them from the west. They are coming down to Bende, to camp, you know. And I believe that a lot of people antagonized me on that very episode. But I hold my ground. But the thing that I spoke about roughly 2 years now, you know, it begins to play. And these guys, their root, their root is this old power line. That is their root. Their root is this old power line. So please, before this OB Labour Party, now we have promoted Labour Party enough. Let's start talking about security.
All right, Engineer Ken, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
We'll continue to talk about Labour Party because we've not started, sir. We've not started because the issue of security is a national problem and it's not individual problem. So if you don't fix it from the government, it's still going to be too much for an individual to handle.
This is the problem.
Thank you.
Let's just a moment. This is the problem. That is how they want you to feel. That is how they want you to think. They created it so that it will be a national problem.
Today we are talking about Tinubu and his running mate. We are not talking on security issues. And the introduction of security issues, we all know the bottleneck and the bureaucracy involved in securing the country. Even if communities agree to say they want to secure that community, we all know that the government is not supporting them totally. It will still be in project in futility, whereby I am holding a cutlass and somebody else comes with AK-49. You are saying we should talk about security. If we don't address it head on, you cannot. Was it Katsina State government told these people to go and be buying guns? What happened? You should follow news. We cannot talk about that now.
Yes, of course.
Yes, we cannot talk about security because security of life and property is the primary duty of the government. It's not
the government has failed.
Now, before Buhari, when Buhari came, precisely 2019, yes, early 2019, Buhari collected guns from everybody. Now they are left with nothing. Well, how do they secure themselves?
Because that mission alone, is that not a red flag?
Sir, just let me call the next person to talk. Your idea, we understood your idea where you're talking from, and promote enough promotion for Peter Obi. We've not started, sir.
Yes, of course. Peter Obi is my man, and we're going to promote him. We're going to support him. Because we want a man like that.
Thank you, Engineer Ken. We heard you. We know what you just said, and we'll try to also respond to you that we cannot stop promoting. We've not started that. We promoted Peter Obi enough, and we should be securing. Is it online? We do security, but we can sensitize people to go and vote and check government. Security is not online. We will talk here. They're still going and rape. They're still killing. They're still kidnapping. So it's a national matter. When I have no access to gun, I have no access to necessary gun. Even the military that have access to it, sir. What happened? So it's a national matter. So somebody from the Plateau State, one former Engineer Ken, please allow me. I'm digress now. I think you are done. Thank you very much, sir. Somebody from 2023 election, why we will work for Peter Obi, not Atiku. Plateau State S-Rep member case. You see, when we come here, we've come up with a topic, but it doesn't mean that we are not following. And we will support all our topic with all that relevant topic. Now, somebody again from Plateau State, ahead of 2023 presidential election, a former member of the House of Representatives from Plateau State, and a chieftain of the main opposition Democratic Party (PDP), Honorable Bitrus Case, has declared that he will not work for the party candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Una dey hear o, this is a person from North Plateau State, and he's a chieftain in PDP. He's coming publicly to say he will not work for PDP. That he also said working for Atiku would be a betrayal of trust because his emergence as a candidate was against the party zoning formula. You see, say PDP, Jackie Chan, DJ, this a chieftain in PDP, he don't cover a face. This online, I'm reading directly from online. He equally said working for Labour Party Obi is being faithful to PDP zoning formula, which is enshrined in its constitution. I don't want to go for that. I'm just chipping in and chipping out. I don't want to go for that. After all, what are we saying? What are we saying? Well, let me go to the next person. Alex, you know the topic, you know what we are talking about. Alex, please talk to us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I greet everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
I greet everybody all over the world. I greet the panelists. I greet the viewers. I greet those on the comment section. I greet the owner of this platform and the team for the good work.
I greet everybody all over the world.
Now we can see what Ojukwu was talking about. He said, fight for your fatherland. I see cry over that war that was lost. I'm not a Biafran secessionist, but Ojukwu knew the conquest nature of these people. He told Biafra, he said, fight, defend your land against these terrorists. As at 1967, Ojukwu already called them terrorists. Is the truth not staring at our eyes now? Is the truth not staring at our eyes? Your passengers of this world, go on, who fought that war against a man who saw tomorrow. Ojukwu saw our daughters being raped. He saw our mothers being killed in the farmlands. 50, 60 years ago, Ojukwu saw this thing and wanted a peaceful dissolve of this so-called wicked marriage that is not working. Social contraction. He told them, fight for your fatherland. After he was betrayed by some military generals, some military boys, he sent them and they failed. He backpedaled to the Biafra land and said, fight, defend your land, fight for your children, fight these wicked people. They don't mean well. They are not progressive. Their historiography shows that they are killers. They are conquest oriented. They just reap where they did not sow. He said, fight, defend your land, fight for your land. Biafrans fight. We are winning. Fight. At some point, they were winning. He was not fighting for himself. He needed a peaceful, a developmental stride for his people. He may have done a couple of mistakes, but is the truth not staring at us? The Fulanis have come. He told Awolowo, he told Wale Soyinka, who was 19 years old then, he said, the Malams are coming. These people are going to kill you and kill your wife. Take over your lands. They believe in lands acquisition by force. Are we not staring at the truth right now? May the soul of Ojukwu rest in peace. Gentlemen and ladies, we have another chance to fight for our land. A man beat his chest and said he produced these governments. The same government he has not been able to criticize for killing young people who were singing national anthem in protest for a better life. They were slaughtered. Tinubu never said a word. Atiku Abubakar never said a word. In condemnation, human life, citizens do not matter to these people. So for me, gentlemen and ladies, Ojukwu said it. He said, fight for your fatherland. So all those of us, maybe including me, who said, say Baba in 2015, are we not hiding our faces in shame? So we should be careful. Now another Baba is coming. Tinubu is coming, another Baba. Atiku is coming, another Baba. So we should know what we are getting into. It will be 10 times worse. Dollar will be like 6,000 naira to $1. By the time Atiku or Tinubu is done with us, should any of them win, God forbid, a bag of rice will go for 100,000 naira. Schools will be, Modern school, university will be completely shut down. Islamic schools will be erected nationwide. Ladies and gentlemen, they have an agenda, and Tinubu is supporting them in this Islamization agenda. With all is written like the biblical Menem and Eteke oversee. Ojukwu told them from the book I read, after he was betrayed by some generals, he wept for 3 hours because he was not weeping for Ojukwu's father was a billionaire. He was the richest man in Nigeria then. He sent him abroad. He was the first man to be a graduate in Nigeria Army. He was not poor, but he was a patriotic Nigerian, but he was disappointed at the sectionalism, the lopsidedness. He wanted evil development. He wanted us to grow together, just like the Scandinavian, Norway and Sweden and Denmark and Finland. Some of them were once one country, but today they are neighbors, and everybody is happy. He needed development. He needed federal character. He didn't see it. That was what led to the war, and everything that led to the war is still happening just now. So we should learn from history. Without history, we cannot move forward. We cannot progress. So for me, my dear brothers and sisters, we are doing a great job. Let's fight this time with our PVC. Let's fight for those who are killing us. Let's fight against those who are killing us. Let's fight against those who have been looting us. Farmers nationwide can't go to farm again. Schools are shut down. Atiku or Tinubu have not said anything. I'm never tired of listening to those 6 hours speech Ojukwu gave the day he declared the Republic of Biafra. I'm not supporting that, but I'm looking at some points from there. Everything Ojukwu said, everything he said, yeah, everything is happening. The corruption, the lopsidedness. Look at the first time in Nigerian history, the 4 most powerful people in the country are from one side. The president of the country, Attorney General, Senate President, and the IG of police. And you tell me there is no agenda. You deceive yourself. You fool yourself to believe there is no agenda, right? Until they come to your house and start giving your children Islamic names, then you will know there is an agenda. So let us vote for Peter Obi, for a unified Nigeria, so that we can revisit our coming together. We need to revisit our constitution, our council it. We need to revisit amalgamation treaty, forcefully signed by the British on behalf of different regions that made up this country. The only man who is smart enough to do that, to tackle this problem from the root, is Peter Obi. For me, it's Peter Obi, because there is no other man, there is no other name among these 3 names given among us where we can be saved right now, unless Peter Obi. Only one name now can save us. God is the one who saves, but he has sent a man amongst us. He grew up amongst us. He schooled amongst us. He was a governor among us. Up till now, we have nothing against him. We don't need to preach too much. The blood of the innocent children, women, men, young boys, who are the national flag, I still cry over that. In their hands, singing for a better Nigeria. Many of them left their last statement saying, I died for Nigeria. That's the most patriotic. That's the highest price a man can pay for his nation. They were slaughtered. Their families, many of them have not recovered from this trauma, from these loss. They are still grieving, waiting for justice. The only man who can declare a national holiday for that day is Peter Obi. The only man who can open books and really ascertain how many people died on that day at Lekki Gate is Peter Obi. The only man who can stop the looting of public funds and empower young people is Peter Obi. The only man who can stop the migration and our youth from going to Libya to die in the name of going for greener pastures is Peter Obi. The only man who can check the Nigerian currency right now and stabilize it again, just like Ghana have done, is Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the only way right now. Brothers and sisters, it's not time for vote buying. Elijah told Gehazi, he said, is it time to collect gifts? When Naaman, who was healed of leprosy, brought gifts, Elisha said no. Gehazi passed his back and went to collect gifts. He said, didn't my spirit go with you? Is it time to collect gifts? He said, the leprosy of Naaman shall cleave to your skin and your children forever. So we should be careful what we do this time, because it will affect our children forever. Ojukwu said, fight for your land. I dare to say, Obasanjo, I think you have seen all the errors we made. Don Kabale, I dare to say, Babangida, I dare to say, those of you that fought against this man's idea, Ojukwu didn't want to fight a war. He just wanted a peaceful dissolution of this so-called wicked marriage called Nigeria. But we have another chance. to revisit or renegotiate our stay together, because nothing is working. There is no common water to drink in Nigeria. Pipe-borne water is not available. People are sinking borehole. We are not even aware of the ecological disaster coming. Climate change, we don't care. The day it will happen, the whole country will be swallowed. So the country do not even care. They don't have a department of meteorology. They don't care about the weather. They don't care about nothing. They're just looting money, marrying wives. Look at Attorney General has married the third daughter of a president who we are not sure if he's alive or dead. And you think these people don't have an agenda. You are fooling yourself. Ojukwu said, fight for your fatherland. Defend your land, Biafrans. He did not say it to divide the country. He said it because he wanted development. He wanted security. He wanted schools. He wanted good roads. He wanted accountability. He wanted democracy. But these guys don't believe in democracy. And you tell me you don't know there is an agenda. And this agenda can be fostered, further, brought to bear by either Tinubu or Atiku. Tinubu is a friend of this government. Atiku is a full animal. Which of the devils are you going to choose from? So I bring before you Nigerians life and death. Choose life. Choose Peter Obi that you may live. Because if we miss it this time, next 8 years, America, Canada will not contain everybody. They should be ready for massive migration. Because it happened in Syria. When the Syria war started, Europe, who were neighbors of Syria, were thinking it was a joke. When 800,000 Syrians stormed the gate of Germany, used their feet to cross 19 European countries and landed in Berlin, Angela Merkel thought it was a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no other country to call our own. Let's fight our fatherland. Let's defend our land with our votes. Let's continue talking. Let's continue bombing them. They are not at ease, these wicked men who are borrowed in the name of our great-grandchildren. Let's get our PVC and come out aggressively on that day, though peacefully, to vote and defend our votes. And let me tell you, federal government, if you think you are coming with guns this time, we are used to it now. We know what to do too. We are not just coming to vote and fold our hands and sing national anthem this time. I will keep the rest there for you to figure out yourself. We want to fight and defend our land. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will drop it there. Thank you.
Alex, before you go, Malami, the Attorney General of Nigeria that you made mention of, that got married to the third daughter of the president, our present president, I don't know, do we have president? Okay, yes, we have. Our present president, the third daughter, got married to Malami, becoming a third wife also to Malami. What would you have to say? How did you see that? And Malami came up to tell us that before Buhari will leave office within these few months, that is going to restore peace to Nigeria. That one just came out today, this morning.
Yes, I don't blame them. I blame the British who have given them a false hope of being born to rule. Marrying the third daughter of the dead or alive Nigerian president means nothing to me. It's just a further clearance. It's like a conspicuous appearance to everybody. We should know that we are not one in Nigeria. It's a family of cabal who are determined. Imagine he's getting married when prison break happened. It's an nursing marriage. People are in captivity. Abuja, Kaduna train. They did talk about it. He's getting married. Students are on strike. He's getting married. Looking at this, the kind of position he's having in Nigeria. He's not supposed to even announce something like this at this very crucial moment. I'm not saying he doesn't have right to get married, but for me, it's like a business deal. This has been arranged many years ago. It's just a fulfillment of a previous agreement. But let me tell you, Nigerians, or everybody on this platform, there is an agenda coming. Something is coming, but we will resist them. The same way people resisted the military regime. We've seen worse things, but it has never been this worse. We will resist them with our PVC. And if they want war, next year we will give it to them. They will be so shocked because immigration workers, military men, Air Force, all of them are tired. They are all tired. Many of them are complaining. They are waiting for the spark, for the first move from the citizenry. You saw it during NSAS. A lot of them put their uniform and they were joining us. Apart from the mercenaries that were employed from different countries of neighboring, countries who fired those shots at that fateful night. Many military men were already with us. So they shouldn't think of what we are thinking because we will be prepared. It's enough. There is no other. Nigeria is like a graveyard already. Dead men are not scared. So everybody is as good as dead. So what is happening in Sri Lanka right now, for me, is the tip of the iceberg compared to what happens if they even attempt to win next election. So the marriage, for me, is a business deal, and Nigerians should see the handwriting on the wall. Like the biblical men take care of a see that Nigeria has been like that. Aisha Buhari said it mistakenly in the first tenor that her husband's government has been hijacked by cabal. And Malami is one of them. I will drop it there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Alex. It's a good one. We all know what's happening in Sri Lanka now, where there is a pandemonium and a chaotic situation, where almost all the citizens invest, all of them invest. They all walk to the house of the president. Both the military and everybody, everywhere. You can see what's happening very soon. People still think Nigeria is the way they are. People are hungry and angry. If you think that method you've been using will still continue to work, you've exposed, somehow when you push a goat to the wall, the goat has nowhere to run to. It's now turned to face you. That is where we are going to. Those agenda cabal people are forcing the common good people of Nigeria to the wall. And very soon, the reaction, none of you, especially the rich, you have nowhere to run to. Don't worry, you are taking your children elsewhere. We all know their plans. That's why all of you take your children away from Nigeria, because we know what we are doing. First of all, you carry your children elsewhere. Those of us that are stupid, I'm using the word part of us that are stupid. I want to use myself as an example. I don't mean not stupid, but make it not like say that are still supporting them. You know the shame. Who is they supporting? Picking in the America, the school. They built on the school. They work, they enjoy. You, Mumu also. You are fighting for him. Like that one where go to beat leftists. Do you know that his children is in the US? Yes, his children are in the US. He came all the way from US to come and do politics in Nigeria. A man that has been exposed, that have stayed in US, came to the village and started to behave like a villager, like his father, because his father was the chieftaincy in the party. People why they curse now, people will not get sense. When they think say people with their children hide their children, they protect their children. Their children they abroad, they go school. You will not the seafood chop. They carry gold for them. It's my boss. Yamaga also. Two Baba talk to us. Oh, because Two Baba's very sorry. Before you continue, I'm sorry. I cannot oversight this. I saw this, but the passion I'm talking just don't make to my one problem. Ken Uzo, thank you very much. We saw your super chat and we want to appreciate you. God bless you. Today is Salah. I don't know if you ate ram today. For helping us, for this support, I swear, not be true, you go eat here, ram. Because you will eat more ram physically, not spiritually. More ram. If you come in money, if you not be real ram, as blessing will come to you. Inshallah, because we are celebrating Chala today. Thank you very much. So two Niger, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and greetings to all of you. I think at times like this, the previous speaker is quite passionate about his beliefs. At times like this, we have to be clear in our thinking about our objectives. Yesterday I said it that, we know that the Nigerian Labour Congress is working with the Peter Obi party, which is the Labour Party. So the people need to have a way of making their demands so that they know this is what is required, because generally all you hear from the NLC is about threatening to go on strike when government wants to do anything. How about before election making your clear demands before you start lending support? We don't know what he has demanded and what has been given back. You are just lending support. So my take is that because the people is what I'm looking at for here, and politicians will do politician thing. The people should do the people thing. In other words, defend their interests from whatever their leaders want. I've seen a lot of great people in Nigeria, from Bola Ige to Janifa Emi. They all tried a lot of good things to do, but all their effort came to naught. And what I found was that the people, if the people are not behind it, you're not going to see any major movement happen. If you rely on one individual to save you, that one individual will just be taken and put in a box, and he's not going to be able to do anything. How is he going to force policies through the House of Congress or Senate? He's not going to force it. He's going to say all he likes. We saw how Buhari was complaining about how the governors are holding on to the money that is meant for the local government. But could he force them to release it? No, he couldn't. Because the country is ruled by certain structures that you find it hard to, because it's supposed to be a democracy, isn't it? You can't just railroad things through. So that is what we are dealing with, and that's why we have to be very strategic in our thinking. We have to be smart about this. Regarding his running mate, from what I can see, I don't think it's a good idea what he did. For one, it doesn't look good. Tinubu's running mate, it's like older versus less older, while Peter Obi is of the younger generation, which a lot of people want to see. So I think Tinubu didn't choose very wisely, actually, if you ask me. This idea of, this guy has a weight in the north and all the rest, I don't subscribe to that sort of things. But who knows what they're going to say, what policies they're going to pursue. Because policies matter. Policies are very important. It's not just individuals, and both of them go together. If this policy is right, an individual is wrong. Yeah, sometimes some people can hold their nose and vote for the individual because of the policy. Because policy is the one that, in the end, generally puts food on your table. If the policy is right for you, if somebody comes up with the policy that I'm going to be paying every Nigerian citizen 100,000 naira every month, what do you think people are going to do? They are going to go vote for that person, because that one is going to give them money straight in their pocket, no matter how saintly the other guy is. They don't care. So people vote their interest. Okay, so that said, there was a gentleman talking about agenda of the North. You see, this thing we do all the time is why we divide ourselves. These North we talk about have been with us for thousands of years. They were never able to take over anything, and they are not able to take over anything today. If they are going to take over something, we are the ones that are going to give it to them. I've said this before. The birth rate in the North is 8 children per woman. As you can see, a 60-year-old woman is still getting married. While in the South, the birth rate is 4 children per woman, because we are busy doing copycat of the West. The consequences of that over time is not a conspiracy, it's of our own making. It's not their fault that they have 8 children per woman. It's us that chose to have 4. Over time, that number, consequences will flow from it. And we have to make our peace with it, because it's not them. It's not a conspiracy. And this thing we keep saying, the North, we are dividing ourselves. We are making, the moment we start doing that, we are dividing ourselves. It's never the entire North. It's just some of them. In the South too, it's never the entire South. It's just some of us that are betraying our own interests, are betraying our people's interests. If you break the country into pieces, like if you break it into 20 pieces, it's still going to be made up of the people that are causing the problem in the first place in Nigeria. You have to fix that problem of the people that are causing the problem. If you don't push them off your back, it's like a mosquito. If you don't push it off your back, the mosquito will always remain. This is why I keep saying that when you want to approach some of things, you have to start with the people. If the people know what they want and they make their demands, we know we've seen this. And I don't understand why every time we talk about answers, we only remember the bloodshed. We don't remember what they achieved. We don't want to learn any lesson from what they achieved. They've made the demand and they got their demand. Whether independent, some people like to say that the demand is halfway met and whatever, but they got what they wanted by the time they stopped. That tells you the people have power. When the government wanted to remove first subsidy, They were due to remove it this year. They backed off because they feared that what the NLC threatened them with. They backed off from that. So we do have power. NLC does have power to disrupt the country. But why not have power to make clear demands before you need to disrupt the country? So this is why I think that we as a people, we have individual smartness, but we need to start having group smartness. This is what our biggest shortcoming is. And you know, the other day I was listening to a conversation. Somebody said, "Oh, we are not allowed to generate power in the country and all the rest of it." Who told you you're not allowed to generate power? Why do you think everybody has generators? We are busy generating power all over the place, but they say we are not allowed to generate power. And this is the irony of the situation. How is it that you're able to use generators everywhere, generating power for yourself, but they don't allow you to generate power on a bigger scale? No, that doesn't make sense. That needs to be addressed, because in the end, when you operate as a group in a bigger bunch, your impact is magnified. That's something that two people do. The power that they gain is 4 or 5 times what they are only two. It's like 10 people. Even the Bible talked about it. When 2 people are gathered in my name, there's a reason why they say that. He didn't say when one person is just gathered in my name, I'm there. Because they understand that when people come together, the power is magnified. And I think we as Nigerians, we need to start pushing for that kind of stuff. And you'll be surprised how powerful it is when you put power in the hands of the people. If you take power from the center, I've said this before, why is it that we cannot monitor our government accounts so that we can know what they are taking away? Who cares what Tinubu does then? Let him come and take money now when you know what's in the account. Because the moment he takes it out, everybody will know he's taking the money. So all these type of things, as they sound simple, they sound a kind of how do I put it, out of reach of most people's way of imagining things, because some people are not technologically minded, but the technology is there already. We already get mobile alerts when we spend money from our account. We already get there. And I also know the Nigerian government is capable of taking money from bank accounts in Nigeria. Based on how much is in the account and how much has come in and left the account, they can take money from accounts. So why can't they marshal the masses, take money for account, put it in an account that everybody knows what is in it, and they use it to pay our military, our police that we pay for. We pay directly for it. And one of the reasons why I'm very, very passionate about the country, it's not only because it's my country, because I also have a stake in the country. I invest in the country. I put my neck in the country. Not like some people that just stay in the UK or in the West and they don't, put their money where their mouth is. They like to badmouth Nigeria from overseas, but they don't put anything into it. Because if you put something into it, instinctively you understand it's part of you now. And one thing Nigerians don't do as a Nigerian citizen is that, is there anything in Nigeria that they do with the state that makes them part of the state? There is barely anything, and most countries are not like that. They pay specific taxes that they hurt them every month. They look at their account like, all this much tax I'm paying into the state. Yeah, they better give me what I want. And some of them, they will contribute to healthcare. Like, if I don't get free healthcare, God help that government, because you paid into it. But Nigerians don't engage with the state that way. They don't understand it. They see the state as not performing, not knowing that you own the state. You can decide anything that is happening. 2,000 naira a month into the stately account for anything, you'll be surprised what you can do with it. You go very far. Every year you're going to be building something. If you want an ultra world class hospital that will stop your politician from traveling overseas, Nigerians can build it in 1 year. All they need to do is put money in an account for the people that are going to build it, not for the politician. It's not even going to touch the politicians, and we are monitoring the money. Why can't we do that? All those professors and professors of strike in Nigeria, why can't they figure this one out? There are so many holes that you see, and we don't. I'm surprised, because I'm not exactly specially gifted at all. How is it that these so-called professors cannot figure out that, if we want to fund education, we can collect money from people to fund their education. You can bypass the government if you want to bypass the government. Because some of them are doing it. They are even creating private universities on top of it. Why don't you do it so that you can keep students at school instead of going on strike all the time? These are things we should be demanding, and our people, we give the, like in the case of universities, we give them the benefit of the doubt because we think they are on our side. But they have conspired with the federal government to destroy the lives of our future leaders. They have kept our future leaders after school for a very long time, which is partly leading to some of the problems we're having. Because if people are not going to school when they belong in school, guess where they're going to be? On the streets. And 6 months this year, they have been at home. And when they return to work, one of their conditions is that they have to be paid their salary. And they're going to be paid salary for not working at all. That is an incentive to strike again. Why would you not strike if you're going to get paid in the end? If the strike goes on for a year, you still get paid anyway. That is a terrible example or precedence for us to be living. This is what leads to the decay of our society. We have to be rational about these things, because the passion should be channeled towards precise solutions. Because if you use the passion, it's all good, but you're going to destroy a lot of things. You could even make a catastrophic mistake and you bring the military back into office. You see what I mean? Because the military, they use that opportunity when the people are hot and everything, they come into office. And guess who is going to be the leading that military? Is the North you say you don't like. That is how that's why we have to be careful. Because I've seen this happen in Egypt too. So for me, like I said, the people are the ones that have the power to control whatever any leader, that even if it's Tinubu, as evil as he is, or Atiku. If the people mean business, the people in the south and the people in the north, they will force him to do what they want him to do. And if he wouldn't do it, if he is not going to do it, then he's going to leave office. We think we cannot remove our government from office. We can. The reason why we cannot remove our presidents from office is because most of them, let's face it, we've not caught their hands in the jar cheating. We've not caught them lying to us. We've not caught them doing some crazy things like the UK president, the UK leader did. We keep commenting like, oh, Boris Johnson resigned. What Boris Johnson did, I can tell you right now, if any Nigerian governor did that, they'll make that governor resign. Because the guy lied and lied and lied. He lied on that oath and lied, like all kinds of lies. And then he passed law. He broke the law that he passed. Anybody that did that does that in Nigeria, that person will resign. I know that for sure. Because Nigerians will never they wouldn't even let the Tinubu rest because of primary school certificate. So this is what we are dealing with here. So before we start envying people, we should also know that our leaders are quite accountable to us to an extent. It's just that we are not being clever enough to approach them the way we can actually force them to do what we want. And I've seen this happen in many of our communities around the world. If you cannot make your leaders do what you want, they are not going to give you anything. They won't give you. Leaders are selfish people. All over the world, they are mostly selfish. They want to get what they want. Look at what Kagame is doing in Rwanda right now. This guy has been in office for 22 years and he wants to go for more. He wants to stay till 2034. Do you think Nigerians will tolerate that kind of nonsense? Nigeria hasn't had any leader for 10 years. And that should tell you the kind of people Nigerians are. We are difficult customers. We don't take nonsense from our leaders. The only problem is that we are not working together to enhance our strengths. We have a lot of strengths. Our people are some of the most powerful people in this world. They don't feel intimidated by anybody. When we leave Nigeria, our IQ shoots to like infinity. But when we are in the country, we can't operate as a group. That group IQ is what needs to improve. When I say group IQ, I mean group intelligence. You have to know what you want and work towards it relentlessly until you get it. And when you get it, you move to the next thing and you get the next one. And before you know it, it becomes a momentum and it just becomes fulfilling.
Mr. Lefty, please, can I ask a question, please?
So hold
to
on,
this guy.
I'm waiting for him he's going to round up now. Just hold on.
Okay, so when you we deliberately operate as a group and smartly demand stuff, then the stuff will become self-fulfilling. Before long, it becomes part of our culture. We make people accountable, and we start demanding stuff that start giving us these positive results. So my number one vote is for the people. But my PVC obviously has to go to Peter Obi, because clearly there is no competition between him and the other two. It's not even complicated. I don't even know why we have to worry about promoting him, because anybody that looks at them is obvious. It's not even a competition. At least at this stage, there's no competition. There's nothing the other side is offering. It's not even close. So
All right,
that I will leave it at that.
Yes, thank you very much. I know one or two persons want to ask the question, but before they ask the question, I want to let you know that you said a lot very sensibly, but you also missed some certain point that the people are not holding their leaders accountable. That our leaders, who did you say lied? Boris Johnson lied and he was caught. Tell me the leadership in Nigeria that have not lied, like Buhari, that have not lied to us continuously that we did not know. How do you hold such person accountable when the gun is pointed at you?
Good.
Tell me, if Buhari is somewhere like UK, he would have long ago, even before the noise, the rumor that he's dead, that he became incapacitated, that we didn't hear from him for a very long time. A lot of things were going on. Would that happen? Where people don't crying out, what do? They shut the people up. This is what we talk about. You said a lot of things that didn't go well with the people listening, because the people actually know what to do. But the environment, one of us went to just ask a question in the web. Just question. If you say people are not coming together to ask questions or to hold their government accountable, what happened? It's in the hospital. Edo State government is refusing to come out publicly to address the people on that. What do you say? People have been shouting on trending. You say we've not caught them handedly, so we've not caught them. That's why we'll not be able to hold them responsible. You made mention of contributing to Nigeria account. I don't understand what you mean by that. Right now, people in Nigeria are finding it difficult to buy fish to eat. You are saying they should contribute to people stealing their money for a project? When the country is making a lot of money and they're collecting from people, double taxation, currency, and you are suggesting that the people should come together and contribute to who? To kill us? To rape us?
No.
To loot us?
No.
I don't understand. So maybe when you come again, you will explain.
You ask me a lot of questions. I think it's only fair that I answer those questions. I'm not here to hog the limelight, but we have to
hog it too much. Why I said it's just I just emphasize on what you said. I don't want us to make it look like it's just only me and you guys here. People listen. So,
but we've not exchanged ideas. We have not answered the question so that the people know what I was saying.
Can I ask a question, please?
No, not now. After Amori, I will call on him to answer this question.
You don't want people to really understand what is happening here.
Please,
you need to let people understand things.
Hold on. You spoke. I didn't stop you. You spoke a lot. While you were speaking, I was gathering your points. Alex wanted to immediately interject. I said, no, hold on. So after you finish, Anna highlighted some of the points I feel you spoke that didn't go well with some people and myself. But Anna said you should hold on. You still have the right to make explanation on them. Why I call one person that have not spoken is there listening. This is Mr. Mori. After Mr. Mori, I'll come back to you. You have the right to now, if you have something to say about all these things, then Alex can I ask you a question. I'm just trying to be, I don't want all to hold people for too long. So, Mr. Mori, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Left is Ogwelebe. I have an observation and a kind of contribution too. I think it's only fair. He made a lot of assumptions, and rightly or wrongly, and you took him up on certain issues. I think it's only fair you give him the chance to make clarification now, so that people don't go away with people listening to him when he was speaking. So that people will not go away with the wrong impressions. Now that he's still very ripe, let him make the rebuttal and necessary clarification. That's my
Okay.
observation. That's my suggestion.
Okay, very good observation. I didn't want to keep you waiting, and some people will just say that, and I know that they know some people complain too much. That's why I said you talk. He's still here with us. He has not gone. So, to Nigeria, watch. You have a supporter now. Please talk.
Thank you.
Alex, before you
yeah.
continue, Alex, ask your question so that you take it on once.
Brother, thank you for your submission. Thank you so much. You know, sometimes a lot of us talk with sentiment because we are connected. My own uncle, my father's brother, was a former commissioner under this state government, but I'm not a supporter of this state government just now. I'm not a full supporter. So I'm not talking because I don't have somebody in government. So let me keep that point. My question is this: why do we think we can hold our leaders responsible now when we know what happened at Lekki Toll Gate when we all came out? They shot most of our colleagues. Up till now, no justice. Nigerian democracy has not reached that level where we hold our leaders responsible. Immediately they win that election. Don't you think all your leaders are responsible? If you're in a democracy, all those things fades away. They become demigods. You can't, when you talk, they bulldoze your house, they pick you up. Sometimes they make you disappear. You saw how a cameraman of this team went to check a road that was not up to standard, and he was almost killed. If it was at night, he would have been killed, and nothing will happen. So don't you think you are not saying the right thing when you say our people are not holding our leaders responsible, or you are speaking from the UK? Maybe you stay there for so long, you think Nigeria is like that or something. I don't know. I'm lost there. If you can explain.
Thank you for the question. I will try to approach yours first before I go to that of leftists. I think the people are doing what they can. Like you said, they are brutalized and all kinds of stuff happens. But we also have to see some of the things we actually achieve in terms of the way we are able to express ourselves in the country. Many countries are like, many of us praise Rwanda all the time. Rwanda, you can't say half of the things you say in Nigeria, because our people protected that freedom. Our leaders cannot get away with forcing things on us. And yes, they assassinate our people, they brutalize our people and all those things. But sometimes this is the price you pay for getting what you want to happen. Because look at what happened in Owo recently. They killed our people for basically going to worship in the church, but they were not there to better the country in terms of fighting for any particular thing. They died basically for no political goal, other than whatever political goal the terrorists have. So, but if they died fighting for something in the country, they will move that dial further to achieving it. The death of Abiola today is part of the reason why we have a democracy here today. If he hadn't died, who knows where would have been today? So that is why Nigerians are like, never again. They don't want a military in office anymore, because somebody paid the ultimate price for it. Sometimes that is what happens. In the case of Russia in the Second World War, 28 million died. France, in the First World War, 10% of their men wiped out, and France was one of the most populated countries in the world at that time. So all these people would like to envy, they pay the ultimate price. If you go from one country to the other, they pay the ultimate price to change things. And our thing is that somewhere along the line, we think there's a way you can do this thing without some element of pain. I'm not saying we should go and be dying in the millions, but I'm saying that if you are doing things for a purpose, there's value in having purpose in life. What is the purpose of a man's life anymore if we just take it? We can't just take it, because we are not laying a good foundation for our children. We are just passing the responsibility to our children to actually fight that fight, because that fight will remain. It will get even harder later on. So that's my response on that one, because I believe that the Lekki Gate protest is one of the most illuminating situations in Nigeria. They achieved something. And I don't know why we keep acting as if that blood was shed for nothing. They did achieve something. They dismantled this SARS. They got competition from some of the family members. Yes, not everybody has been prosecuted exactly the way we would like, but you are not going to get perfect outcome in any way you do anything. But they got most of the stuff they wanted to happen. Even before the protest ended, the government had already considered that they were going to do everything that they wanted. And Look at NLC. Whenever NLC threatens action, the government pulls back. Like example on the subsidies. So it's not that we don't have influence. It's just that we are not putting our foot down where it truly matters, where it's going to make a massive difference. And that's what we need to be learning to do. That's what I mean by being group smart. Okay, about the payment to accounts. When I talk about accounts, this is why I ask for 100% transparency. There's no reason why Nigeria cannot be even more transparent than the UK if we wanted to. We have the technology. You can have government reveal the accounts. Why are they hiding it? Is it their money? If you take money from people and you put it in a specific account and you want to use it to pay, let's say for police, all the bank needs is the name of the details of the police officers and their pay grade. It doesn't have to, the money will not even touch the hand of a minister. And you pay straight and the people are seeing the money. Is there anything that you all know about here that stops that from happening? You see, nothing. But we are not doing these things. And that's why I'm saying there are solutions to our problems. They are not that hard. Especially in this day and age. In the 80s, they don't have that capacity to carry out that kind of change. But today we have the technology to do them. Just like we have CCTV cameras, but we never had it in that prison that was attacked. Why? What kind of prison exists without CCTV? Even where I work in Nigeria, they have CCTV cameras. It is us. We have to open our eyes and make demands that things need to improve for our own sake. And like I said, that transparency aspect is extremely, extremely powerful, because one of the problems our people have with their governments is distrust. They don't trust their government. You can hear that with everything everybody has said today. But if you know where the money is going to, if you see how the money is being spent, guess what is going to happen? Now, there's not going to be blind accusations anymore. There's not going to be conspiracy theories anymore. They will know where the money is. At least when somebody see, yeah, go ahead if you want to say something. And maybe
Hello,
I'm taking too much time.
Can I say something? I don't know.
Who is that?
It's Mr. Godson here.
Mr. Godson, you have to wait because Mori have not spoke. After Mori, I come all over
Okay, yeah,
again.
because this our discussion is going on for so long. I mean, let's move on to.
And that's why I wanted us to
here.
some people to talk about. I know it's still the same thing. It's clear.
But you're saying the same thing over and over and over again. So.
Yes, it's very clear because we don't need to say this. Why I'm saying this is very clear. We don't have these institutions. We don't even have the leadership. The leadership is totally wrong. And the leadership is protecting all their evil deeds. And they are recruiting hoodlums, people like themselves, foot soldiers, to also protect them against these people. The leadership are cutting away everything the people should have known. They've removed history. They've killed education for you not to be able to know what is happening. And when you talk, they set you ablaze. A lot of things happening using the state security outfits, supported by security outfits, your own soldier, your own police. You just made mention that, yes, they achieved SAS. They changed the name to crack team or something. They never achieved nothing. These people are still very brutal. The Nigerian police behaving like that of the way it's supposed to be, where you say they achieved. Go and see what they are doing. They just changed the name, they've not achieved nothing. So, my brother, on that issue, let's be truthful. That's why people are asking, do you stay in Nigeria? Are you just talking because you have the UK experience or you have some experience? Nigeria needs leadership. Even the world knows that the problem Nigeria has is leadership. They are holding deals with other countries. They know they are corrupt. Not the ordinary man on the street. Now, the ordinary man on the street is not searching for survival. They've not articulated surviving. They just want to do. So they're not going to whatever they will do, that will do them for. Whether it's criminal, they don't care. And that's a country that have all what it wants. Oil, minerals, human capacity.
Just before people think that I don't have anything to do with Nigeria, I'm engaged with Nigeria every day. I literally know the price of petrol right now.
I understand from your you said valuable things like why would Nigeria government not be transparent? Why are they hiding it? That is the issue. So these are the areas that I think we should focus on. We should focus on the criminality of the leadership. By the time the head is transparent, the body will be transparent. When the head is rotting, the body will follow. So every other thing is not non-avoid. It will not happen. The Lekki Toge people, can any security in any state, developed country, open fire on people protesting with flag? I hear some people come and say somebody stood on the flag. They can stood on the flag. Did you respect the flag? You leaders, do you respect the flag? All what you said before you come into power, do you keep them? Are you not a fraud? So if people are now frauding, what do you have to say? Because you're a thief. If you know you are not a thief, let's know your account. Let's see all what you've got. They just told Malami went to marry. Is it family? It's government family business. Before 2015, what he is and now what he has got. Go and check his profile as the Attorney General, a man that is supposed to be enforcing law, is killing, and he's a friend to the president. And you dare not say that people are not talking, because these people, they are the judiciary, they are the police, they are the military, they are the foot soldiers. They kill at will. He just made mention of massacre. Massacre. Who did it? How did it come? He just made mention of Project Prison, Heart of Abuja. Heart of Abuja. You want to tell no camera, and they will put in money on the military software, this to come that can see, that can do this 3 hours. Don't you think when people see people are full, we are not afraid to say it? It is a plan. Okay, you take it by yourself, not just it. Before are you aware that they changed the military? My brother, now, please don't accuse people. I'm not saying you are accusing, you're only trying to also, but that part, please respect the people. Leftist Amorsa is an example from here. The only word an ordinary person to ask questions is in the hospital. They never thought his life. After that, they reformatted his Davas and make alternative video to show to the world. Alternative video, assuming he was not live streaming. What do you think would have been happening to him now? Are people not wanting to ask questions? Are people not wanting to hold government accountable? What happened to the people? Mr. Murray, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you once again, my beloved brother. Greetings to our viewers across the globe, especially those on the comment section, those whose faces we don't see here on day-to-day basis. It's actually the pillars of this platform. All like Mommy Diaspora for putting this family together as a united family. A pleasant greetings to my fellow panelists. Thank you for your wonderful moderation, leftists. I think today you were like, this is unlike you. You like giving people too many opportunity to digress too much. Digression is not bad intermittently, but when people are going too far from the subject of a discussion, there is need for you to intervene so that we can save more time and achieve more within a certain period of time. We can utilize time better. You know, the digression was getting too far away from the topic of the day. Having said that, he made a lot of, I know you are equal to the task. Your moderation is always top notch. But today, like the digression was, you know, I was just here listening to, they were making sense. A lot of them were making sense. A lot of them were overboard too. And they were getting too far away from the topic of discussion. Having said that, he made some assertions that Boris Johnson resigned for certain reasons, for lying to the public. There were leaders, the Nigerian leaders will have resigned over the same issue. I think that was a joke taken too far. The Nigerian people don't resign. Nigerian rulers don't resign. We don't even have leaders in the first place. So they don't resign. You know, their food, their breakfast is impunity. Their lunch is impunity. Their dinner is impunity. So they don't see anything wrong in what they do. So I think it was trying to be too British than being a Nigerian there. And he made another good action, like achievement from the answers. Yes, we achieved a lot from answers. People are only looking at the answers from one angle, which is not, people were killed. And this is not the first time they'll be killing us. Me talking to you today, I only escaped death by the Whiskers in 1994 during the June 12 struggle. A lot of people were killed. The first day was tear gas. So we could not complete our assignment. Our assignment then was to move from Irua to Uromi to Igwebe. So who were the people? Our targets, they were not our targets. We just wanted to let them know that the people were not happy. Akomo Atirua, who was a military, becoming a vice president. I mean, the first time we could see a military vice president in a military regime. So, Uromi, the former chairman of SDP, who was Amini, that later sold out and became a key player in a military junta. We wanted to let them know that people were not happy. It wasn't about appeal. It was about the people's mandate that was being taken for a ride. We wanted to move from Uromi to Igwebe. Ikimi, that was the spokesman, a civilian spokesman for a military junta. We wanted to let them know that they were not speaking for us. So we got to Irua. The protests were kind of adjourned. We could not go beyond Irua. The following day, we got prepared to start from Uromi to Igwebe. We thought it was going to be like the previous day, tear gas the previous day, because we already had training on how to suppress tear gas, how to, suppress tear gas. It's not as if we're not affected. I had to return it to them. That was what helped us the first day. The following day, they opened. We didn't know they already sent troops from Abuja, reinforcement troops from Abuja. We were expecting tear gas as usual. But what we got were bullets from the AK-47. We were ambushed close to Akomu's house. A lot of us died. A lot of people lost their life. I remember the great Okwakwa of Ekboma. I remember a lot of people whose name I couldn't mention. The vehicle, the tipper where I was, 5 people died. So that I'm talking today is not because I was smart. It's just by the special grace of God. So it's not the first time they are killing us. And we don't expect that they will not kill us. If the fight we are fighting, it's not as if even when we are not protesting, they are still killing us all the same. So it's not strange that they're going to kill us. And we don't expect to achieve what we want or want to back out because people were killed at Tollgate. It doesn't make sense. Within those 3 days of NSAS protests, if I tell you the number of politicians that left the country, they ran away. So it's just that they were even shocked that the thing was brought to an end. If we had continued for another few days or another 1 week, we would have achieved more. But people were not prepared to die. We don't pray for people to die. So I think I want to end that one there so that I don't, digress too much, the same digression. I just wanted to put those records straight. But by and large, we achieved a lot. They have learned. The NSAS movement is what is giving birth. It's what is resonating. It's a replica of what we are seeing in the movement today. So the politicians are aware that Nigerians could do this. They thought we were too docile for too long. We were too gullible, we were too subservient, and too naive for too long. So they were doing a lot of things, thinking there would be no repercussion. Don't forget, Amechi said one day, he said the reason why they are stealing from us because we are not stoning them. So that was the first time Nigerians wanted to stone them. The youth came together, they wanted to stone them. But the difference between that movement and this one, it was not centered around any individual. It was not centered around any political symbol. And it was not, they coined it NSAS. It was actually about bad governance. So the difference between that one and what you are seeing Obi movement today, the people's movement today, is just that Obi has a political party. We are trying to win an election. That's just the difference. It's a replica of the NSAS movement. Don't you surprised that in less than 2-3 months old, the movement is way stronger by every minute. So don't get away with the impression that we didn't achieve. People were killed for nothing. No, they didn't die for nothing. They achieved a lot. So having said that, I want to just briefly talk on the issue at stake. Malami getting married to Buhari's daughter. I have not confirmed yet. I know you cannot come here with something that is not authentic. So this is an authentic photo. So I'm not surprised. In a country where you have the brains like Femi Falana, when you talk of Effiong, when you have SANS, a country where we could not value the lives of Ganifa Wahimi, we having a Malami as Attorney General. Haven't you seen the blunders he has made since he's coming on board? So you don't need a prophet to tell you that Buhari has a reason for keeping him there. It just goes to confirm that they take their selfish interest, their relationship, personal relationship, more than the interest of Nigerians. In a saner environment, who is Malami to be an Attorney General? With the blunders he has made so far, you know, if there's any worse Attorney General that has happened to our legal system, is this gentleman called Malami. But they just demonstrated to you now that even if he makes a worse blunder, he's not going to be removed so long as he can get married to Buhari's daughter. That is the country we find ourselves. It's all a party government. You can see somebody, the man in Lagos, Emilio Khan, that was exactly what he was referring to. It's my turn. It's a turn by turn, top by top government. So we are tired of this. So the other Shettima, being a running mate to Tinubu, the ancestor, you see, these people are they are taking us for a ride. They are taking our patience for weakness. They are taking our respect for gullibility. And it's a joke taken too far. This is what they have. This was what they originally had in mind. So I don't know what stopped them, why they brought in somebody to be a placeholder. I think probably because people were contemplating can do just for him, while others wanted Shettima. Shettima has been there for him, lying, doing everything only possible to be his vice. But then, I think it's a joke taken too far too. I don't know why they feel, considering the political pulse of the country right now, considering the political temperature at the moment, I don't know why they feel Muslim ticket will fly for them. Well, the more mistake they make, the better for our movement. I think they're taking their joke too far. They're liking a Tinubu to an Abiola because he worked for an Abiola in 1999. In 1979. No, in 1993. 93, 94. They think they also can do it. But let's see how far they're going to go with the Muslim ticket. And again, people are saying this man is more popular than our gentleman Yusuf. No, they are two different personalities. Those one belong to the old order, which we are trying to change. It might not be easy, but it's doable and it's achievable. So our message now, since we have succeeded in liberating the minds of our people down south, we need a lot of work to do. Because what they are capitalizing on is like the North, like one man came yesterday, was talking about wanting the North voting en bloc. It's not true. It's not true. And that is how they have been brainwashed over there. That is the only thing. That's what they mistake for their popularity. Sometimes people are notorious. They think they are popular. There are two different things. You can be popular for the wrong reasons. If you are popular for the wrong reasons, you are notorious. So, what is the impact of their popularity on their people? By the grace of God, I did with all sense of modesty and humility, I did my youth service in Bauchi. You could see poverty firsthand. So the poverty down north is not compared to the poverty down south. The poverty is starting anyway. So the message for us now, with love, with humility, we should preach to our people down there. It's not about their leaders. At this time, leaders have taken them for a ride for too long. There are actions we can take down south that the northern youths are not willing to take this because of religions and because of the way they have been brainwashed for too long. They see it as respect. One man can be a billionaire, others can be amajeris. So long as that man can give you a fura in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, maybe watery tea, every morning, is the wish of Allah. We need to do a lot of work. That given a decent environment, given an enabling environment, that they can be a millionaire, they too can be billionaires, just like the Babagidas, just like the Shettimas of this world, just like their leaders that are holding them ransom. They deny them of the education so that they cannot be liberated from that bondage. So this is the message. The same way we are doing it down south, we should come up with messages that will resonate with our northern brothers and sisters. Because the poverty in the north is the same poverty in the south. Poverty does not recognize religion. Religion does not recognize poverty. Religion does not recognize, religion does not give you preferential treatment in the marketplace. We go to common market. Religion does not recognize the bad roads. It doesn't give a preference to some people in terms of insecurity. People are dying. People are suffering. People cannot afford a square meal. People cannot sleep with their 2 eyes closed. So this is the message we should not generalize the North as if the North is they are happier for the evil their rulers are doing to them. No, we need the enlightenment down south. Down north. We need to do more just the way we are doing right now, so that end block, that block vote they are boasting, they will be taken unaware. I know the movement is on. I know don't just take this young youth for nothing. He should take the message back to his people that if a Yusuf can become a House of Rep member at 26, if he can become a senator at 35 or 36, the Amajiris, given the right environment, can also make it. So we need a lot of these messages now, so that we can make a lot of headway just the way we have been able to liberate our people. They will come with their money wanting to buy vote. If your vote does not matter, why are they buying the vote? Your vote matters. Don't sell your vote. But if you are so hungry and you want to sell your vote, take the money and vote against them. Because if you sell your vote this time around, take their money, they're going to enslave you again for, indefinitely, for the next 8 years. And we don't know what will happen thereafter. I'm already getting old. 8 years added to my age. I'm going to be an old man. I might not be there to speak for you tomorrow. This is the time to speak for yourself. Take their money. If you cannot let them go with their money, take their money and vote against them. So this should be our message down south. Let's come up with messages with the language they can understand. Hausa, Fulani, whatever. Let's come up with jingles so that we had a gentleman on this platform one time. I think his name was Haruna. So they can help us to spread the message down north so that this cabals will be taken unaware and defeated. I don't know the other topic we have there. If I will have 1 or 2 seconds to speak on it.
Quickly, maybe 1 second, so that we can go back to Godson and start all over again.
Yeah, which other topic do we have there?
You spoke about Tinubu running mate. You spoke about Malami, and that's the main topic we had. Malami also said something today that before Tinubu leaves, he's going to restore peace to Nigeria. How do you say that?
Malami speaking for Tinubu?
No, he's speaking for Buhari. That before Buhari leaves office, he's going to restore peace.
Yeah, that's it. We are tired of we are used to those gimmicks. We are on top of the game. Don't you see what is happening? Restore peace out. When it's not even safe in Katsina, when Abuja is not safe. So they just, they are counting their days are numbered. I think the man is also tired too. I don't know. People, kudos to people that are using Buhari as an opportunity to enrich themselves. Don't expect anything positive from Buhari. If we are hoping on Buhari to save us from the situation we are, I think it's going to be an effort in futility. There's nothing to hope on. Buhari has nothing to offer. If for the past 7 years, he could not save Nigerians from insecurity. Look at his convoy. His convoy was attacked. Abuja, look at the jailbreak. That was an insider's job. You don't need a prophet to tell you that. So they have nothing to offer. They just went there to free some of their own. So don't believe in what they say. And again, I heard another news that most of his people are not working for Tinubu. He's not going to work for Tinubu. For those of us that you have the fear that elections are going to be rigged, no. I can see Buhari to be minus in every ramification. But when it comes to election rigging, it's not going to rig election for Tinubu at all. So this is the best opportunity we have. We should utilize this opportunity to the maximum. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mori. The call lines are there for people that want to contribute through calls. We want to go back to the first person that started with us.
Please, I will be going out now.
Who is that?
Please, I am going somewhere now. This is Lucky Raf. So I am leaving just Lucky Raf.
Okay, Lucky Raf. You want to leave now? Okay, you want to?
Yes,
okay, tell us something.
Yes. Let me just drop one of. What I want to point out is this. we have to take it serious whenever we are discussing about the north, south, or west. Let us not put everyone in one basket. There are northerners that are working so hard, even than us, more than us, taking a lot of risk in this cause. So we should be very mindful of, if you want to speak, always remember that there is Fulanis, there is Hausas in that north. And in every tribe, there are good and bad people. There are those who want to listen, there are those who don't want to listen. Because it's very difficult for someone you happen to trust to say anything bad about you. There are those that are fighting the same cause as we are fighting. So please, everybody should be mindful of our utterances when it comes to putting everyone in one basket. It's very important if we want to convert more people. So this is all I want to say, because I'm running out of time. I wish us good luck.
Okay, thank you, Lokira, for your observation. But if you've been following us, you know that we've addressed this issue and we will continue to address it all over and over again. That when we say the South or the North, there's no way you don't have bad people, negative people, and good people. So when we say North, it doesn't mean the whole North. We said it before that even the poverty levels, the North is worst hit when it comes to poverty level. When it comes to education, they are worst hit. When you talk of the people, the out of school people on the street, is the North worst hit. So when we say North, it doesn't mean it is all of them. We know there are still very much good people. When you talk of the people that have died from Boko Haram, the North is worst hit. So if they are all Boko Haram, they will be killing themselves. So the bad ones are killing the good ones. So just because the majority and the people in power of the majority from them, and they are not doing the best. So we always use them, those people, as their representative, just like we have the worst South. Yes, when we say the North, they are not different from the South, because now that way they have, they call the one where they push the food today. If my governor is not doing well, is it Buhari that's not doing well? Now, yes, Buhari knows. So what are we not saying? Is my governor not? Is he not an endowment? If it is not doing what he promised and he's looting, is it Buhari that's looting? But the head have to correct the body. So if we say North, South, we are all same. We are measuring the looters, the bad ones. You had what I read before, that some northern people coming out to say they want to work for Obi. I've read it here if you follow us. Most of the northern sections, how they are coming up. These are good words that one church. The PDP chieftain say, I'm not going to work for PDP. I'm going to go for Labour Party. Is it not from the North Plateau State? I read it here. Will I call that a Boko Haram man or a bad man? So we've always settled this before, so don't take it personal. The major people controlling power today are the northerners, the northern leaders. So we consider the northerners. And major people killing us today it seems to be coming from that area, the Fulanis. They're in our bushes, they're everywhere, raping, kidnapping. We all know this. They are not just Satanás. We all know this. Now before we be armed robber. Now armed robber not there again, are kidnappers. So can I just say, so I think we have a caller. Let's see who this person is. I call on Godfrey. Yes. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from. I hope you want to contribute to the program. Yes. Good evening. Please, where you are calling us from and tell me your name. Okay, my name is IT. I'm calling from Lagos. Okay, IT from Lagos. Yes. Okay, IK. Sorry, IK. Sorry. Okay. Talk to us.
Yes. Okay, sorry. What I want to talk about, I've been following your program and I've been listening to what everybody has saying. Everybody has put it very well to obedient family and all that. But the thing is that I so much have this question. Does it mean that Tinubu became this man as a Muslim leader? Does it mean they didn't see any quality Christian Muslim speak or something like that? Because I think their plan is to turn this country to Islamic country and all that. Because looking at it today, people are suffering. In fact, as I'm speaking to people are suffering. Which me, I'm calling to all Nigerians to come out to mass and vote. Anywhere in any police unit that level family, let's come out as a youth and vote and secure our votes. Make sure they count it in front of us before we leave. Let's not be in hurry to leave. In any full unit, let's get ready and prepared to take our country back. Because it's the way, even the way the dollar is going, everybody is even scared. I just call them, we just talk about that. That's
Thank you very much. I came from Lagos. He is complaining about Tinubu's choice of running mates. That if Tinubu did not see a responsible Christian to act on himself to give character representation that I'm a Northerner, I'm a Muslim, and we have a Christian brother here to represent everybody. Why going for another Northern and Muslim man since he's a Muslim? And for me, I have said it before again and again. It doesn't really matter if you really ask me, my opinion. I don't even care if the person that will save us from all this mess is a Hausa man or Fulani man. All I care about is somebody that actually wants to do the right thing, somebody that actually wants to save Nigeria, somebody that actually have Nigeria and its citizens in mind. But the problem is, do we have them in Tinubu and his running mate? The man, Shettima, we should go back to history when he was the governor of the new state. He was supporting too much of Boko Haram. Yes, it's there. It's there. Go back to him. That's why whatever you do, don't think it goes away. He was the one saying they must give Boko Haram whatever they do, they should give them amnesty. Niger Delta people had amnesty, so they should also give. That means indirectly they were supporting this. But now the monster they take, it's not their masquerade. It's now affecting almost everybody. We have somebody again, a caller. Please, let's take that. Godson, I'll come to you. Please, yes, tell us where you're calling from and your name.
Good evening. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Dublin.
Oh, Chris Dublin.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yes, it's me.
Chris, I did you.
Good evening, Oga Leftist. Good evening to everybody in the panel. The choice of Tinubu's running mates, you see, for me, it's a very big welcome development. It's a big advantage to the emergence of Peter Obi. But above that, it just breaks my heart because it only shows the impunity and the contempt to which they hold the Nigerian people. You see, for a country as diverse as Nigeria, and we know what ethnicity, religion, and everything has done to this country, you know, in trying to heal the country, this is not the time to feed in a Muslim ticket. I know the general and popular saying is that it doesn't really matter whoever can feed the country, no matter his tribe or religion, you know. That happens in the real world. That happens in the utopian society. And there's nothing like utopian society in a real world. So that's the dilemma. So for the fact that Tinubu did that, it's just a way of telling the other people that you don't really matter. And this is the other point where I would like to disagree with the person that called before. Like the person that spoke before, I think it was to Niger, that said that, we can always hold them accountable. It's not possible. Just imagine everything Buhari has done. Have we been able to hold him accountable? It's the president. He has been in power for 7 years and he has granted only 5 interviews. So for 7 years, your president has spoken to you 5 times and we've not been able to do anything about that. Let's not even talk about the subsidy. Subsidy has moved from 500 million to 4 trillion naira. We've not been able to hold any person accountable. Look at the way he removed the Chief Justice of the Federation with flimsy excuse, and we've not been able to hold him accountable. So the best thing to do is to vote right and get the right people in power. You see, just look at Tinubu is not in power, but look at what he's already doing. He's already holding the people to content. They don't care. They don't give a damn. No matter what it is, everybody, we are just told we should be sensitive to the situation of Nigeria for now. How can you just go and pick a northern Muslim? It's a complete, I don't know, it's a slap. It's not even a slap, it's a kick to the head of the other parts of the country. Because it's not just right. How can you explain that? Do you want to tell me that there are no better Christians in the north? It is because they simply don't care. It is impunity. So this person that is not even in power, look at what he's already doing. He doesn't give consideration to the geographical dispersion of the country. So is it when he now has the power that he will start considering things like that? No. They will just continue to keep doing what they are doing. Well, like I said, it's a very big advantage to the Obi movement. I think the Obi movement is a concept whose time has come. Because picking Shettima or not, Shettima is from Borno State. Picking Shettima or not, Borno State ordinarily somehow would have gone to the APC. So picking Shettima is not even going to add anything to the ticket. So it's all a plus for the Obi movement. But above that, it's a kick on the head of the Nigerians. Thank you very much. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for your one-time contribution. That was a very smart one. Above all, it's a kick for Nigerians. So, lot is happening. Lot is just happening. So we Nigerians will really need to wake up now. If we miss this time, it's really going to be very difficult. As we speak, 11-year-old boy kidnapped in an Anambra church during mass today. So lot of insecurity. Government invaded Imo church. Kidnapped Zoo GM wife. I think it's still part of that one that just happened. A lot is happening. Tertiary education may collapse under Buhari. Health workers are warning that universities, schools may collapse and then not collapse, actually on strike. So, lot is Peter Obi rally in Yusuka, not to malign government, warning Enugu youth. So, I believe Peter Obi youth movement did some campaign, some show in Yusuka, and some people are telling the government, look, it's not a slap, and the way they go. So, bros, governor, just bam. This not be to insult anything. A movement. People have power to the people. President Buhari, Tinubu, Masadi, meeting in Dura, make them the whole meeting. Their mission of how to share the money and do what they are good at. So let me not waste too much of time. Let me call on God from we started before. Let's go round again for 2 minutes before we think of running off. So, Mr. Godson, please talk to me.
Okay, I'm going to keep it very short because I think a lot of people have already touched on the most of the things I was going to say. Anyway, just in summary, I mean, it is what it is, and we know that obviously these people have shown their hand again. They've shown that they are not sensitive to the feelings of a large sections of Nigerians, because even before Tinubu made this, people were suspected it, and people
lot of Christian groups were coming out and warning that they should not do it. But obviously, Tinubu has been boxed into a corner. He's the House of Fulani, the so-called the cabals have told him that if he doesn't do it, they will not give him support. And Tinubu is prepared to do anything to get the presidency. So anything they tell him to do, he will do. It's irrelevant whether he thinks it's right or wrong. He doesn't care. He is desperate to be president, even if it's for one day. So he's prepared to do anything that they ask him to do. But it's quite unfortunate because these same northerners that are trying to justify this Muslim ticket, I don't think they will even want to hear anything like Christian ticket. I think the whole country will burn if you ever even mentioning that Christian ticket to them in the north. Don't even think they want to hear, but they're very, very quick to justify the fact that it doesn't mean anything. That the Muslim ticket does not mean anything. They are very quick to try to justify that. Anyway, just like somebody was saying, I think they've shot themselves in the foot. I'm only hoping that for once in Nigeria, people are actually going to come out and vote the right people in. Because I know during that Buhari's initial election, there was a church, I'm not going to mention the name, but those that know, they know. There's a particular church in Nigeria that campaigned seriously to help. And that church, even though I was living in the UK, I know that church, that a lot of them in that church came out en masse to vote for Buhari. I'm waiting for that same church now. They've been silent, they've not said anything. I'm waiting for what they're going to do. Because all those people that helped to bring Buhari, that played a role to bring him into office, I'm hoping that they're going to try to right their wrongs. And to make it worse, this same church now that they did that after they helped to put Buhari here, and he came and messed up the country, to tell them thank you and to remind them of the kind of stupid mistake that they made. Well, stupid might be a harsh word, but everyone can now see that anyone, I know lots of people then said that Buhari was going to do something, but he has robbed. When I say he has rubbed pepper in their eye, by now, as they're leaving, they want to leave with Muslim ticket, just to tell them that you do your worst. If you know what you are going to do it. We don't care. And already Buhari, Mr. Tinubu is already celebrating that they have won the election. That he's sure they know all the problems. A party that has been in 7 years, for Tinubu to have the effrontery to be telling people in his interview that they know all the problems. But he's one of the leaders of the party that have seen this country almost reduced to zero. But they know how to solve the problems, but they haven't solved it. It's unfortunate, really. But this is an own goal. That positive, that advantage he thinks he will get by doing the Muslim ticket, the negatives, by the grace of God, is going to be worse than the positive he thinks he's going to get. So let us see how it plays out. The thing is that by the time the campaign starts, hopefully, my hope is that there'll be a lot of debates. Maybe not even, I'm hoping at least maybe 3, but maybe I'm pushing my luck. Don't even know if Tinubu can stand for debate for even for 10 minutes, or if Tinubu and Atiku can agree to stand to debate people to be. I'm sure they will avoid it at all costs. But it will be good if the media can get involved and really, because this election is crucial. We would need to put them on the spot and get them to appear. If they don't appear, then it should be a big minus. You cannot just run away from something. People, they should appear and tell Nigerians, ask them difficult questions, and let them tell us what they are going to do, because that's the only way people will be able to see them, how they match up. Although I know that some of them will try to avoid it, but it will be very, very good if the media can start the campaign and let us hear from them. Ask them questions instead of them always sending their surrogates, people that are going out and campaigning for them. We want to hear from the principal people, the main people on the tickets. They should come out and begin to give interviews so we know where they stand and ask them difficult questions. So we'll just keep going. I want to thank you again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much, and good night.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, let us fight with our PVC. Let's defend our lands, our constituency, our wards. Let's fight. Let's synthesize people. Let's carry
Alex, your network. Alex, you can see what network is doing to you. Oh, Nigeria, my country. Alex, well, we can't hear you anymore, and I guess that's a network problem. We'll just
Can
keep
you hear me
you.
now?
Okay, yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
can
you
you hear me?
now. Thank you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Alex, okay. Maybe we should put you on hold and allow Mori to. Well, when you are good, after Mori, will call you back. So, Mr. Mori, please talk to us.
All right. Is the other two Nigeria left already?
Yes, he's left already.
Okay, sir. Thank you once again for the opportunity. I think I see, like I always say, I see divine, I see the hand of God in this whole arrangement. Let them continue to make a mistake. You know, for Tinubu, a candidate, a Christian, a popular Christian from the Northwest will have even be better for him. You know, going to the Northeast, a minority, picking another Muslim, I think they bite him more than they can chew, and they try to chew more than they can swallow. It's going to choke them. That's all I can say about that. I think as they paint them, he go they sweet us, according to Wiki. As they pay them, he go they sweet us. So let them continue to make blunders. So even if he has taken an angel for a vice, I don't even want APC to be compensated for the terrible, and for the terrible administration of the past 7 years. So no matter who is taking, whether he's taking an angel, whether he's taking a Christian or a Muslim, I don't want APC. Nigerians cannot compensate APC for the evil and dastardly government they have given Nigeria, for the hell, for the killings, for the insecurity, for the darkness, and for the suffering they have given Nigerians in the past 7 years. So God is working, and Nigerians are waking up every day. They are ready to take their destinies in their hands. So let them continue to make more blunders. The more blunders they make, the better for the people's movement, and the better and the easier for our victory. So that is all I have to say at this time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Is Alex ready now? No. Alex is really having a network problem. Yeah. Well.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I just want us to keep the momentum. It's really working. Nationwide is working. They may pretend, they may want to discredit it. It's like a wildfire. You cannot stop it. You cannot stop it. It's everywhere. They can't deny it. If a governor of a state, a state governor came out to say almost in every homes, you have somebody who is obedient. He was asking people, don't you have them in your family? Because I have one in my family. He was saying that that the people do not want both parties anymore. So we should try to continue to fight for our fatherland. We don't have any other country to call our own. Even if you have a British, UK, Canadian, Australian passport, good. But you know where you are from, according to Bob Marley. So I want to say thank you to everybody. Let's keep the momentum going. And I'm afraid of something. God forbid, should what we are thinking happen, it's going to be a very bad omen for Christianity. These guys imagine school nationwide is on strike for this long. They are not talking about it. And the government is producing, a party is still producing another presidential aspirant. I told you how in Greece, a political party overzealous member killed somebody and all the party leaders were picked up and they're all in jail. Godidon is the name of the party. 16,000 party leaders were picked up nationwide. So in a sense system, as Buhari is leaving office, including the party leaders, they should all be picked up for all the killings and all the evils happening in Nigeria. So the only way we can fight back is our PVC. Let's fight. The Malams have come, but we can chase them with our PVC. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we have said it today. I think we should be rounding up now. We will be rounding up. And before we round up, I want to say thank you to almost everybody that stayed tuned today on our program today. I want to say thank you to our viewers. I want to say thank you to the people in the comment section. Of course, almost all of you we have highlighted on the screen. So thank you very much. So I can't just mention all names, but you know yourselves that is you I'm talking to. Yes, you that is still listening now. Thank you for being there. And for the persons that called, the IK, thank you very much. You called from Lagos. I said Peter Obi supporters, they should do their best to make sure they protect their vote. After voting, they shouldn't just leave that Tinubu's option of the running mate is a disaster. Thank you very much. And of course, Chris from Dublin, we also said it's a slap on our face for Tinubu to go and pick a northern Muslim without regard to the Christian, going by the situation that has been happening today. Well, thank you for your contribution. And well, we had a lot of people today that came on the panel. Yes, Godson came. Yes, Godson came. Thank you, Mr. Godson. We had it's getting dark. I'm outside. Radiola, he never spoke. We had Barry, he spoke and he left. We had Felix, he just also joined us again. He's come and he has not spoken. He come, he left, he went again. But he just joined us now. Maybe before we go, we'll give him time to also maybe say one or two things before we say bye-bye. Because he has been coming and going. We have Mr. Lucky, he didn't speak, he just came and left. Engineer Ken was with us, yes. He came and he spoke and he left. Godson Vision TV, thank you, you were here. Mobude, thank you. Joe came, he didn't speak, he left. Lucky Ralph, wow, thank you. At least you spoke like twice, thank you very much. Let go, yes, let go, you spoke like twice before you left, thank you very much. We have Mr. Joseph, yes, you also spoke to us. Of course, Alice has been here. Thank you, Mr. Alice. True Niger, wow, thank you, Mr. True Niger, for hanging out with us. And of course, Mr. Omori, thank you very much. And before I wind up, let me also acknowledge Felix, if he's here to talk to us, because you've been here out and in. Now we are wrapping up and you are here. Please, if you have anything to say, can you just tell us in 2 minutes, or we'll go ahead to say bye-bye for today. Mr. Felix, please. Okay. Mr. Felix, it seems you are not hearing us. Okay, I think Mr. Felix is not hearing us, or either he's not hearing us, or he's having a network problem. But anyhow, I want to say thank you to everybody that have joined us today, and those that have called in, and those that have been on the comment section, and those that are viewing us from home. Thank you. Bye-bye. Please join us tomorrow at 9. Is it 9 or 10 now? Our newspaper review. We always have newspaper review every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think Saturday morning too, except Sunday, I think. And please endeavor to join us. And we'll have our normal broadcast, which is also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, except Friday for our debate, which comes out every 5 p.m. Nigeria time, I think. Yes. So please endeavor to join us. On that, I say bye-bye.